For years, dreamers, occultists, and New Agers have been attracted by the notion of the city of Atlantis, the buried island, subcontinent frequently romanticized as a sophisticated, utopian society with knowledge that might bring global peace. Here are 5 modern-day theories about the city of Atlantis. Number 5. Suddenly sunk into the ocean. It wasn't until somewhere in the late 19th century that people began to consider the city of Atlantis as a possible real location, not just a myth created by Plato. In his 1882 book Atlantis, The Antediluvian World, Ignatius Donnelly argued that an earlier advanced civilization must have passed down the ancient world's achievements because the ancients were not intelligent enough to generate the kind of breakthroughs they made on their own. Donnelly depicted a continent inundated by changing ocean waters that sunk in the Atlantic Ocean just outside the Pillars of Hercules, the 2 rocks that form the entry to the Straits of Gibraltar, assuming the Atlantic Ocean was just a few hundred feet deep. Long after, advanced oceanography and a better knowledge of plate tectonics exposed flaws in Donnelly's shifting waters hypothesis. Some hold to it, primarily because it follows Plato's placing of Atlantis in the mid-Atlantic. Plato's narrative of Atlantis has also been met with some controversy, which we will discuss later in this video. It is also worth pointing out that Donnelly predicted that we would soon find the city of Atlantis in museums around the world would exhibit various artifacts from the Atlantean world. That is still yet to happen. Number 4. Lost in Bermuda Triangle. Many other writers were influenced by Donnelly's views and contributed their own hypotheses about the location of Atlantis. Charles Berlitz, the author of several books on paranormal events, was one of these writers. Berlitz claimed in the 1970s that Atlantis was a genuine continent off the coast of the Bahamas that had been destroyed by the infamous Bermuda Triangle, a region of the Atlantic where several ships had mysteriously vanished over time. Supporters of this notion refer to the discovery of what appeared to be man-made walls and streets off the coast of Bimini. However, experts have assessed these structures and concluded that they are natural beach rock formations. Later in this video, we will discover further scientific proof that debunks some of the mysterious discoveries and beliefs about the city of Atlantis. Do stay on to find out. Number 3. Atlantis could be Antarctica. Another idea based on the work of Charles Hapgood, whose 1958 book Earth's Shifting Crust has a prologue by Albert Einstein, is that Atlantis was a considerably more temperate version of what is now Antarctica. According to Hapgood, the Earth's crust moved roughly 12,000 years ago, moving the continent that has become Antarctica from a considerably farther north location than it is today. This more temperate region was home to a sophisticated civilization, but the abrupt transfer to its present chilly position destroyed the civilization's inhabitants, the Atlanteans, and buried their majestic metropolis beneath layers of ice. Hapgood's notion arose before the scientific community had complete knowledge of plate tectonics, relegating his moving crust theory to the outskirts of Atlantean ideas. As Ken Feder points out, the geology is clear. Modern archaeology and geology provide an unambiguous verdict. There was no great civilization called Atlantis. Please subscribe to our channel for first-hand access to our informative and exclusive content. Join our growing community today. Hit that subscribe button now. Number 2. Influenced by a disaster. The narrative of the city of Atlantis' downfall is thought to have been driven by an actual event in history: the breaching of the Bosporus by the Mediterranean Sea and subsequent flooding of the Black Sea in approximately 5600 BC. The Black Sea was a lake half its present size at the time. In a short amount of time, the floods swamped civilizations known to thrive along its beach with seawater about hundreds of feet deep. Perhaps in less than a year, as residents of the region dispersed, legends of the disaster spread, possibly influencing Plato's description and creation of Atlantis thousands of years later. Number 1. Plato invented it. Throughout history, most scholars and historians and scientists have concluded that Plato's tale of the lost state of Atlantis was fictitious. According to this theory, the Greek philosopher created Atlantis, lost city, as his image of a perfect civilization. The narrative of its destruction was meant to serve as a warning about the ancient gods punishing human arrogance. Outside of Plato's dialogues and the various other books that possibly survived from ancient Greece, there are no written accounts of Atlantis. Furthermore, despite current breakthroughs in oceanographic and ocean floor mapping, no evidence of such a drowned civilization has ever been discovered. The author, Benjamin Radford, notes there is simply no evidence from any source that the legends about Atlantis existed before Plato wrote about it. Check out this video on how the city of Atlantis became a popular legend to learn more about the secrets of Atlantis. Until next time, take care.